Let's come back to the Apples, the new gadgets, the futures of smartphone. Maribel Lopez, founder, principal analyst of Lopez Research. Welcome back. How are you? Get us excited. What are the new features from this Apple conference or announcement that I should be excited about?
Okay, you've got world-class camera, as always. It was expected. You've got better battery life. The watch actually has crash detection. The Ultra is really something that's for the outdoor enthusiast. We've got a new temperature sensor. Really, basically, everything just got a little better, and in some cases, a lot better.
What are we buying first? Am I buying the iPhone? Are we upgrading the watch? What should we do?
Hey, the smartphone is the must-have for everyone. It comes in purple now. It actually pairs very nicely with the AirPods that they came out, which are actually quite interesting in terms of the ability to do on-ear control more easily, better noise canceling. But I gotta say, the smartphone is the hub of it. It is the essential item.
Let's talk about the price, because some were saying that they should have increased the price. Some people say they should decrease the price, and of course, it seems relatively just flat as it is. I don't know if you have any thoughts on it, but from a company standpoint, of course, you want to sell whatever you're selling at the highest price possible, but from consumers, there's a limit to how much consumers can spend.
Well, we're at 2 points right now. One, we're at a relative saturation of the smartphone market, so you really have to get people into an upgrade cycle. And then we're also hitting this point where there's been inflationary fears across the globe. So we want to push the envelope with functionality, but we want people to feel comfortable that they're still getting a value for that. It was actually a bit surprising after all the rumors that they were going to raise price that they didn't, but I actually think that speaks to Apple's supply chain. When you move everything to an A chip or an M chip, you start to get some economies of scale around that, and you start to have a better handle and control on the cost. So it was a good move on behalf of Apple to kind of take away that concern of, oh, it's a higher price, I'm not sure it's worth the value, particularly if it's an incremental upgrade for me.
Right.
The real win for them is going to be somebody that has been holding a phone for 24 to 26 months, and everything's going to look great.
So I'm going to one-up you on this and do some market research for you, Maribel, because I walked around our newsroom earlier today to spy on everybody's iPhones to see which one they had, and I had iPhone 6s and 7s, and none of them were double digits. And my question was, well, why don't you upgrade it? And they said, well, the answer was, it's working just fine. I've had it for a couple years. And I don't think it's just the money, but it doesn't seem like there's enough of a technological advancement that they're keeping their iPhones for 3-4 years, it seems like, and they still work. There's no issue. And that's got to be an issue that Apple is thinking about, because they obviously want people to upgrade.
I think it's an issue that every smartphone manufacturer is thinking about, including Apple. And some of the things that really sell smartphones, like the camera, they made sure that they really focused on trying to make the camera something that was good for, say, more pro enthusiasts, but also for people that are doing social media with the front-facing camera. Some of that action mode stuff that they had that looked like it was just for film professionals was really actually something you could see people using for TikTok videos, extreme sports. So there's actually a lot of new processing power that's really going to resonate well for people that are gamers. So it really is about what your use case is. Granted, I think the average consumer does hold on to a phone for a lot longer than they used to, but the things that really drive them, the camera, the battery life, those made significant improvements. We could argue whether or not Dynamic Island was it. I'm not sure that usability, functionality is going to drive any sales, but it's a nice to have.
Right. What does Apple look like in 2-3 years? I mean, if this was a discussion from several years ago, we would be talking about the Apple Car, which is sort of no longer a discussion. We would be talking about Apple TV, which seems to have fallen by the wayside. What's going to be their next big thing?
I think they're still pushing deep into services. I think there's still opportunity in and around the health space that they have not really capitalized on yet, even though they have the Fitness Plus services. That's why you saw some of that emphasis of making it, even if you have a watch, you can still get a phone, you can still get Fitness Plus if you don't have the watch. So deeper into any type of service. We didn't see anything about the metaverse today. We didn't see glasses. It's been long rumored that those would happen. But I do think that there's a huge services angle that Apple's going to want to participate in terms of apps
Right.
and services for metaverse.
Quick question. So we know how dominant Apple is here in the US and in a number of other countries, but there's two countries in particular, specifically India and China, that people are surprised to know that it's not that dominant actually. And I'm wondering, what does Apple have to do to gain market share in some of the other, for lack of a better word, developing sort of economies?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of there's strong competition with those phones, but they have to actually dominate in an app and content ecosystem that's going to make their product resonate more with that audience.
All right, super cool stuff. Everyone, the Apple fans get crazy during these times, so we'll see what the reaction is in the next several of days, and of course the market reaction. Maribel, always good to see you. Thank you very much.